Good day, everyone. This is the part 3 of the lesson that we are going to tackle. And for today, we are still going to discuss one of the area in technology and livelihood education, which is the cookery. Have you seen these signages? Where have you seen this, and what comes to your mind when you see these signages? The following examples are the signages that we are usually see in our surroundings in order for us to be reminded to take care of ourselves and maintain the safety. We have here the water safety tips or rules and regulations in the pools and even the site safety. But first, what do we mean by hazard and risk? When we say hazard, a hazard is something that can cause harm. For example, electricity, chemicals, working up a ladder, noise, a keyboard, a bully at work, stress, and the likes. While a risk is the chance, a high or low, that any hazard will actually cause somebody harm. For example, working alone away from your office can be a hazard. These are the examples of hazard and risk. Water can be an example of hazard. Risk is jumping in without knowing how to swim. Gasoline is also an example of hazard. Risk is lighting a match near the gasoline station. Next is driving. Risk is texting while driving. What is the importance of occupational health and safety procedures? Health has been defined as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Occupational health is a multidisciplinary field of healthcare concerned with enabling an individual to undertake their occupation in the way that causes least harm to their health. It contrasts, for example, with the promotion of health and safety at work, which is concerned with preventing harm from any incidental hazards arising in the workplace. As defined by the World Health Organization or WHO, occupational health deals with all aspects of health and safety in the workplace and has a strong focus on primary prevention of hazards. Occupational safety and health is a cross-disciplinary area concerned with protecting the safety, health, and welfare of people engaged in work. The goal of all occupational safety and health programs is to foster a safe work environment. As a secondary effect, it may also protect co-workers, family members, employers, customers, suppliers, nearby communities, and other members of the public who are impacted by the workplace environment. It may involve interactions among many subject areas, including medicine, occupational well-being, public health, safety engineering or industrial engineering, chemistry, health physics, and others. The importance of occupational health safety. Occupational safety deals with all aspects of physical, mental, and social health and safety in a workplace. It is the umbrella for companies' efforts to prevent injuries and hazards in all work environments. Every industry presents various kinds of safety hazards to its employees. The spectrum of possible occupational safety risk ranges from severe and immediate physical dangers to milder hazards. The more immediate cases can be fires, explosions, chemical hazards, or other such dangers that present an immediate threat to an employee's life. Milder hazards include challenges in ergonomics, workloads, mental capacity, and general well-being of employees. The latter kinds of risk often take place in an office environment. However, whatever business you are in, there is always the possibility of an accident happening to someone. Effective occupational health safety procedure may lead to: first, occupational safety creates new opportunities. Second, occupational safety affects company reputation and productivity. Third, well-maintained occupational safety saves money. Fourth, control hazards and risk in the workplace. Fifth, use caution when working around hot oil. Sixth, get trained in the proper use and maintenance of your deep fryer. Seventh, observe all safety procedures and wear all protective equipment provided for your use while preparing hot items. 8. Use gloves and scrapers and other cleaning tools with handles. 9. Use the correct grease level and cooking temperatures for your deep fryer. Next, keep stove surfaces clean to prevent grease flare-ups. Next, avoid reaching over or climbing on top of fryers and other hot surfaces. Next, keep floor surfaces clean and dry. Next, do not work closely to hot fryers when the floor is wet. Next, do not spill water or ice into oil. Do not overfill or pour excessive amounts of frozen fries into deep fryer. Do not pour excess ice from fry packages into the fryer. Do not overheat the oil. Do not move or strain hot oil containers. Wait until the oil is cool. Do not store oil on floors by grill area. And lastly, extinguish hot oil or grease fires by using a Class K fire extinguisher. These are all the information that you should know in this lesson. And now, these are the questions to answer. That's all for the part 3. Hope you learned a lot from this video. Thank you for watching!